Oh, good morning. Hello. It's me, your host Lou, and welcome to another delightful episode of Alternate Side Talking. Again with me, your host Lou. And I'm here today in my car with my guest, Jason Stage. How are you this morning?
Cranky.
Oh, no, don't say that. That's
It's early, man.
It is early, and I appreciate
I'm a West Coast dude, so this is like
I
3
appreciate
a.m.
you. This is a very surprise special guest. I heard that my friend Jason here was coming to New York,
Espresso.
and I decided to impose upon him to come and sit in the car, and he was more than willing. I'm not forcing you to be here,
No.
but you are. But
I'm getting paid handsomely.
it's a little known fact that I do pay everyone a lot of money to sit in the car with me. It actually is more than I would have to pay in fines for moving the car, so it doesn't quite pay off the way you would hope it would. But I'm looking at the long game.
Yeah, but the green room was fantastic.
Yes, Plymouth Cafe, again, not a sponsor of the show. And it's delightful brown water that I drink in the morning sometimes. How's the espresso?
Not good, but perfect for better than no.
Perfect for the company.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, Jason and I know each other. I was trying to think of how long we've known each other. It's over a decade.
Over a decade.
Of from playing video games together. We met playing Halo 2.
Exactly. So that's how it goes back. We go back instead of years. We go back of iterations.
Iterations of Halo. I don't know Halo 2's launch date, and it wasn't when it came out.
Right.
But the story of Halo was that I played Halo with you, or I was playing Halo 2 with the New York Improviser clan that I was a member of.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they all became addicted to World of Warcraft, they switched off of Halo and did that. And I was still playing Halo with Flem Brûlée.
That's right.
But I wasn't really friends with him yet. I would just see him on and jump into games with him.
Exactly.
And he'd be playing with you and Thurston.
Right.
A.K.A. Beelzebub.
Beelzebub, shout out.
And slowly but surely, I would jump in games and have fun with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But then that was back when they had clan games.
Mm-hmm.
And someone would be like, let's do clan match. And then you guys would just bounce and leave me to play by myself. And then eventually they were like,
got better at the game.
That's why, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that everyone said, get better, and then we leave. And then
Yeah, but I had polio, so it wasn't that easy. But, so I...
it's really small thumb on the
yeah.
one side. Look, it's here. This is just for...
It's a gamer's thumb.
Yeah.
But so eventually one time it was like, let's do a clan match. And I was like, I'm not in your clan. And they were like, oh, would you like to be?
Yeah.
And that was back when it was editable mesh, which I didn't realize was some sort of like super hardcore like gaming nerd code thing. But a guy I played improv with was like editable mesh. Oh, those are some hardcore gaming nerds or like game coding nerds.
It's like you see the Matrix.
I still don't know what that means. It's some sort of...
Well, I thought it was very Matrixy at the time. I was kind of in that.
This person's about to hit my bumper.
There we go.
The delightful things. You know, I don't have a bumper buddy. Do you even know what that is?
No.
So Jason lives in Arizona. He's a world traveler, but his home base is in Scottsdale.
Shout out.
And so here in the city, there's a very lovely and gentle tap. Why don't I back up for this person a little bit? Here, I'm going to back it up and make room for them, because this room...
Oh, wow.
Anyway, there's a thing called a... Or are you just going to leave it like that? He's like a foot off the curb. Anyway, if he's fine with that, I'm fine with that. I'm going to back up. She gave me a polite wave.
Very nice. Lovely lady.
Yeah. Bangable. Yeah, that's how we are. No,
sure.
Oh, so bumper buddy is just a rubber thing you hang off the back of your car to protect your bumper.
Ah.
Like a bumper car.
I see.
And people leave them. People like they like hook to your trunk, so you like slap it on there so people don't damage your bumper.
Somehow I pictured a rubber kilt, but
A rubber, ooh, a bumper buddy. But it's like some sort of weird like fetish thing where you smash your bellies together. Like,
something.
do you remember what was that? Was it the Beer Brothers or like the
Yeah.
not the obese guys who rode the mini bicycles.
Right.
Those are Guinness Book World Record holders, as far as I understand. But yeah, there was some sort of like guys in the 70s. They were probably on like That's Incredible or something. They would like
Lift their shirts
and smash their bellies together.
Yeah, and it'd be in slow. It was the first like high def slow mo where you could see the ripples.
I think that technology
Of the
was
flesh.
designed for that.
Right here, I'm gonna demonstrate flesh ripples.
That was a good ripple. That was, I mean, that was at least like 7 reflections of
Right.
fat. I
Yeah.
like it. I like that quite a bit.
Theater of the mind, people.
So anyway, yes, that is how Jason and I met. And then we met in person, I don't know, 7 years ago or something like that, probably.
Right.
That was when I was still working at Columbia, or even longer than that, feels like. But it's been a long time. And we've seen each other more recently than we have ever before. We saw each other at the party
Right?
in March, and then today. That's twice.
Yeah, we ended up actually having a really great group of people that, we've got to throw out Captain Shiny Mal. His
Shiny
party.
Mal, sure.
Yeah, Captain Doe,
Mr. Explosive.
Mr. Explosive,
Dude of Earl.
Psycho Vandal.
Beelzebub previously mentioned. Learboy. Learboy is going to be in this
Learboy.
car next
Oh.
week, I believe. He is traveling to
Good
New York
plug.
from Canada.
Succulent Ham,
Succulent Ham.
El Jefe,
Magic B-Ball.
Magic B-Ball. How can you forget Magic B-Ball?
And
Legend.
all the people throughout times. Ham Sandwich. Jay Suds. All these people. That we've all known. All these famous people.
Fat Muffin Man.
Fat Muffin Man. He hasn't been on forever.
Yeah, Femme Blaze.
Yes,
favorite.
Flem
Cylon.
Brûlée stopped
All
playing.
those guys from the Bungie, we love you.
Bungie, yes, indeed.
Yeah, 343, we gotta maybe kind of love you still.
They're not as engaged.
Yeah,
We're not
no,
playing. It helps that we were playing with people who made the game randomly.
Yeah,
Versus, I mean, I haven't. Even with Destiny, another fantastic game, helps to play with people from Destiny. Although I do remember getting into sort of snippy arguments with Halcyon.
well,
Because,
it happens.
uh,
The
Bla-
raids make people tense.
It was more like the Blade Dancers are overpowered and ridiculous.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, if you want to get technical about it,
That's
that and
true.
the
Actually, until
the
they
fists
brought the
of
flaming
Havoc
hammer
dudes.
out. And then once
Yep.
they brought the flaming hammer, no one complained about the Blade Dancer anymore.
I always complain about Blade Dancers. You can kill the entire team multiple times with the Blade Dancer. Every other ult, you can't. Maybe Magic Fingers, Tickle Fingers. Maybe 2 inside the game.
Yeah. yeah.
So,
Theater of the mind.
Jason,
Fingers.
you are a musician,
I am.
and how long you've been? When I met you, you weren't. I know you played the guitar, but you weren't always talking about. You didn't have the band yet, or at least this band.
Correct. Yeah.
So your current band is called Threefold Fate,
Correct.
and you play
Threefold Fate. I play guitar and sing.
guitar and sing, and you play all around the Scottsdale area.
All around the Southwest, basically. Yeah.
Oh, all around. I know that
Yeah,
you've traveled to LA.
We've expanded now.
Very nice.
So, yeah, we played the Viper Room in Los Angeles this year.
Yes, I could not
basically,
make
we
it.
went
It was a great
from,
party that I didn't get
like
to go to.
crappy bar gigs and crappy festivals. If you guys want to book us, please. We will love to play in your bar. So we're kind of a desert rock, 3-piece power trio.
With a lot of
Yeah.
descriptors.
a lot
I
of-
like it.
Yeah. Kind of like Old Doors, ZZ Top meets The Cult, Queens of the Stone Age. You put it in a blender,
Interesting.
you leave it in the sun,
But
you
like,
sprinkle
it's very interesting.
magic
Ooh.
from the Sonoran, and that's what you get.
So
Threefold Fate.
last week, my guest, we were talking about. It's funny because we were talking about Led Zeppelin on the street, and we'll continue that discussion soon. But we also discussed the Cult and how the Cult went from being like this psychedelic rock band to having more of a Led Zeppelin sound, thanks to one of the producers being like, "This album needs to be redone with more of a Zeppelin sound." Now, my thing about Zeppelin is that growing up, I was new wave.
Mm.
So, for me, I was saying that Led Zeppelin was a band that people hadn't discovered themselves, but it was more of a band that
Their dads.
people's dads or brothers
Right.
listened to, and then they were like, "It's so cool," and I'd be like, I like it, but I'm not like a cultish follower of it because I was a cultish follower of Devo.
Ah. And still, you must be.
I am, of course. Mark Mothersbaugh and crew is a fantastic.
Good taste.
It's a weird taste. A lot of B-52s, that kind of stuff.
That era, some classics.
Yes, well, that's what I grew up
In
on.
ska, I know you're a
Oh,
big
yeah,
ska
big
fan.
ska fan. I had a friend of mine recently posted that they were doing the 10 band list on Facebook. People were doing like 10 bands I've seen, and one is a lie.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
What
you
a
gotta
crazy.
throw a lie in. Yeah. 10 people I murdered. And
Yeah, one of
one's a
them
lie.
escaped. Oops, that's not the greatest list to make.
Right.
One I lost track of.
Yeah.
They may have lived, they may have not lived.
But brilliant, whoever, if you were the person who invented And a Lie, bravo.
Yeah.
It was genius.
It's too bad Jerry
I would love
Sandusky
to
couldn't be
know
like,
the whole-
10 children I molested, but one is a lie.
Oh, yeah. That's tough. This early in the morning.
Yes. and-
Sandusky doesn't roll off your tongue before
I know. It's
the
a
sun gets fully in the sky.
pop culture reference. Sorry, everybody. I know everyone's always tired of all my Sandusky references. But you were saying, yeah, I mean,
You read too
anyone
much
who's really
internet.
good at like doing those, that's true. Making up those like on the fly, or no, they're not on the fly, but coming up with those sticky, dumb social things. Hats off to you, and maybe please stop. But sometimes
No,
it can.
I think go forward. Why stop with one? 3 are a lie, and one's a half truth.
It's too much.
you know,
You
one's
know,
based on a true story, the others are fiction, and one was a fever dream.
a fever dream, yes. 10 fever dreams. I had a third arm,
Exactly.
and
Right.
one is an acid trip. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
By the way, your coffee. Enjoyed the trip. I asked the Korean guy to put some very strong LSD in there.
Awesome.
Some good pig farm stuff, man. It's like you're gonna love it.
Well, it's brown, so
Don't take the brown
supposed
acid.
to avoid
The
the
little
brown acid.
Woodstock throwback.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you were saying that you're in this band. You've been doing it now for how long?
Over 10 years now. So
Really?
So 2007 was basically our first public concert as a band. September 2007. So I make games for a living, I'm a day job, and I'm a dad,
Right,
and I play
right.
rock and roll. And
I know you don't
it
want
was
to talk
fun.
about the
I guess-
specifics of the games that you make.
Yeah, I design casino games for a living, so I can say that much.
Okay.
As I didn't clear any official PR.
Right. We want to talk about the
multi-billion-dollar
the types of the-
company, and it's very
Yes.
covert what I do. So, so a little bit of Cloak and Dagger this morning.
Oh, sure, fair enough. Yeah, and it's not like in the brothel kind of games, like it's casino games.
Yeah, I produce adult entertainment,
Oh.
just the gambling kind.
Okay, there. Phew.
Yeah.
I say. I do remember this forum that I belong to, which I talk about too much, somethingawful.com. I at one point, and there's a mart, there's a market where people sell each other crap, and there was a guy who was offering a chance to invest in his lesbian film company productions. So it was like $1,000,
Wow.
and you would get a percentage of however much money the movie made in profits.
Could have retired by now.
It was I don't think so, but it was I was very tempted because he's like, not every movie is a big hit, whatever, like, but his market was that he was selling to hotels. These like sort of like they don't show hardcore porn in
Right.
hotels, trust me, but they don't show hardcore movies in hotels. But yeah, it was always like so, a little more than softcore lesbian porn movies. And some people were like, yeah, I made my money back. He's like, it's a gamble, it's a total contract deal, like whatever. But,
One of these times, I'm going to figure out what's the difference between where the line is, soft and hard. There's
if you don't know by now,
when the lines are blurred.
yeah, well, that's in Japan. Yeah, it's when the eels come out.
Yeah,
No.
I love that album.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the eels.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you work in the casino industry.
Yeah.
And you know what?
And then the other one, since we mentioned it, since you mentioned the video film company, actually I'm a minority partner in an indie film company as well. So
Oh, that's right.
Victor Films, shout out.
Is that the film?
So 357 Six Bullets for Revenge.
Uh-huh.
You can get. That's my only film that I'm in. I get to play a Mexican drug dealer who is waterboarded, tortured, and drowned. Which thank you, Brian, for making that my first
waterboarding.
scene. Did my own stunts,
That's amazing.
and yeah, it's.
Did you?
I would say it's a B of a B movie, but if you love B movies, then be right there, because that's
be in the moment.
Yeah. But Blood Moon Rising.
That did the
Dirty
the
Little
festivals.
Trick is one of my favorites from that they've done.
That film that you were in, did it do the festival circuit?
It did, yeah. So it hit the Southwest, and
Nice.
it was fun. It was a fun process. My buddy Brian Ski has gone on to do Lifetime Networks films,
Oh, wow.
other Hollywood films, and
Very nice.
he's dialing in right now. And
Caller, you're on the line.
and they're just fun, man. A lot of them are.
It is fun. That's what I went to school
There's
for.
one upcoming one called Rotten Tail.
You're in?
No, that one
you're-
I'm not in.
what,
I'm just
being
on the side
produced?
on that one. Yeah. So, and that one's about a giant rabbit, half man.
Whoa.
That, yeah.
Are you familiar with the half shark, alligator, half man? It's a song by
but
Cool Keith, which
I am
from
familiar
Dr.
with
Octagon.
half squid. Half squid, half
Squid.
man.
What's that from?
Half squid, man.
Is that a movie?
No, it's
It's a famous song.
It's a video game reference, actually, from our famous friend. It was one of his lines. So, to get nerdy, it's when you're playing territories or security and you got to reset. He says, half squid.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. In which
so that's
iteration?
where Shiny says it. In Shiny's version.
Oh, in the current Halo 5.
In the current Halo 5,
I'm playing territories, which is rare.
yes, you have to have Buck, the voice of
Right,
Buck,
the voice
on.
of Buck, right?
And when you reset the territory, it says half squid.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I never noticed. But again, territories. Bye, Ace. Okay, come back. That's my son, Ace, is going to buy himself some sushi for lunch. Whoop, don't get hit by a car. Oh, jeez.
Oh, well.
Well, it was nice knowing him. That's very funny. Yeah, it's our friend, Shiny Mal, does he does many voices in many things, and you know him. Well, I don't want to out him. I want him to sit in the car with me in the future. See about that. But what was I going to say? When I was in Vegas, I was going to ask you, I did ask you about some strategies, which then the strategies really are, there is no strategy because, the odds are stacked against you, so just have fun. Right? But there are things you can do to maximize your chances at winning, I guess.
Always play max.
There it is. Always play max, and that's what I did, and that's how I won $38.
Wow.
Thank you.
And when you're ahead, you're a winner.
Yep.
So hit the cash out button. But repeated play, lots of return play. Please help pay my mortgage.
Yes. Keep the casinos
Keep it fun.
flush.
Is really the main thing.
Yes, and then when you
Never
cry,
gamble what you can.
keep it to yourself. Remember, the dealers aren't really out to get you. They don't
It's
profit.
true.
So we were at one of the roulette tables, and my coworkers were gambling because I find it unsettling to lose money. And the dealer was so emotionless and not involved.
You got the cooler.
He was. That was the
No, that
different
was not the
story.
cooler? Oh,
that was
okay.
the Asian lady who came
Okay.
and replaced the fun dealer. Came and iced the whole table and took all the winnings back. But this was just a guy, and they were like, he was just rolling the roulette ball, and then they'd be like, "Hey, we won!" He'd be like, "Here's your chips." Like it's like, if the person isn't a weird, awful, miserable person, it makes the experience so awful.
I give a shout out to especially the dealers that know that they're there for entertainment and just it is part of the experience. So it's a bummer in any industry. You know, the
Yeah.
guy who gives you your coffee and he doesn't care, right? Clearly, not the best at making espresso, but he
was,
made it.
He was pleasant.
He was cool, and it made it better.
Yes. I mean, unfortunately, it could make the taste better, but
Right.
you didn't regret it. You weren't like, "Ooh, that guy's a dick."
Yeah.
There's nothing
Always.
like having your experience ruined by
Yeah.
a dick.
Yes.
I
A lot of morning of regrets.
yes.
Start with
I was
a dick.
approached in Vegas. That's for sure. Ugh. College. No. When I was approached by a prostitute in the
In
hotel.
Las Vegas?
Yes.
Suddenly, so what's the move? How does that work?
Well, it wasn't.
Take
It wasn't
us through the mechanics.
It
of
wasn't like an overt thing. It was just sort of a not young but not old black woman approached me in the lobby and was just like,
Should
hi.
we be concerned about the?
"Nope, that's the fire truck. Fire
okay.
trucks don't give me a ticket." Just have to. What I really have to be on the lookout for is a usually a man of Indian descent. Or an African American woman slowly walking down the street. And they'll, now with their fancy electronic ones, you can lower the window if you like or whatever.
Okay.
The car's beginning to smell too much like there are two men sitting in it. Yeah, those are the people I really have to worry about. See, Ace, come by and say hello. This is Sinful Enigma.
Hey, Ace, how are you?
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
All right, I just wanted you to say hi because Ace always wants to meet the people I
It's another fire truck.
spend all my time with. There is a fire engine down here,
I see.
and I don't. Are they stuck? Are they? Sorry, folks. You can. You just have her back up. Don't worry about it. She'll figure it out. I understand. Okay. Anyway.
Gotta
So,
be a dad, though. Props to be the dad.
thanks.
All you
Props
dads
to
out
you.
there. Yeah.
It's Mother's Day is thankfully behind us.
Yes.
We can concentrate on Father's Day.
Right.
My list is available on Amazon. If you look up my email address.
You're registered for Father's Day?
I got Father's Day registry all taken care of, you know. Let's see if I can white balance. Oh, that's better for now. And it goes back. But, so anyway, this black woman approached me in Vegas and was just like, you know, how you doing? And I was just like, I'm fine, thank you. I'm not approached normally by women of any variety. So I assume anyone who talks to me is a prostitute. So
Right.
I may be wrong, and I apologize to you, Miss, if you were actually interested in me. It was 9 a.m. in the lobby of the MGM, and it seemed like maybe not the best time for me to be looking for a date, but I understand that
You never know, man.
people got to bust a nut 24/7.
Well,
Now, let's see.
she might have been a really nice policewoman,
Who's it?
too. You
Oh,
never
there's
know.
a fire engine. Oh, the fire chief is behind us.
That's what I was telling you, man. We're surrounded by emergency vehicles. Now, normally, I feel like I should just cut and run at this point.
Are you
Right?
Are you holding? This is always a good question.
No.
Okay, good.
I'm teetotaler.
Yes. Okay. Well, as long as the because I'm going to let the police search the car, and if they find anything,
Yeah,
it's yours.
no.
And
Yeah,
even
no.
though it's my
That's
car,
all I'm
I'm going to
here.
go down for it. I've seen cops.
Right?
That's not mine. You got to tell them it's not mine. Yeah. Spit it out. Spit it out. Everyone loves the
you're
drug
the one
war.
who laced my freaking...
Yes.
I've got the acid right here.
What are you
officer.
talking about? There's no
Frickin'
fire
laced
trucks
me.
behind us.
I actually text 911.
Oh,
I've
is that
been
what happened?
laced.
Nice.
And I think this
Nice.
is what
You're like,
what just happened, right?
I'm freaking
You-
out.
you
I
should-
ate a pot cookie. I think I'm dying. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
My
Exactly. I can't breathe, but I'm incredibly hungry.
my former boss was a big marijuana proponent, and one of his favorite stories is he had made pot brownies, and he was having a party, and this girl he knew came with her boyfriend who was like a Jamaican guy, and he was like, they're all handing out the pot brownies, and he was like taking a bunch of the pot brownies, and he was like, whoa, like, I make them really strong. And the guy was like, I'm from Jamaica, man. Don't tell me nothing. This is like mother's milk, blah, 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 blah. And then proceeded to like completely be like, I'm dying. I need to go to the hospital, call 911. And so he was like, you can call 911, but you need to be like not in my house.
Yeah.
You need to go sit on the stoop and not tell them where you got this pot cookie. And when they laugh at you, like whatever. And he was like, no, I'm really sick. Something bad is happening. You poisoned him.
No.
Like, I'm dying. And then so that guy ended up having the ambulance come get him. And, of course, the girlfriend was mortified. I don't know if they got married or not, but I didn't follow the story.
That might have been their story.
Yeah.
That night.
Like, remember, I fell in love with you when everyone in the the hospital was laughing at you because you were too high.
Too high.
Yeah.
Well, usually a pot brownie in Jamaican makes a Pokemon.
Pokemon, yes, a good reference. And luckily there was
So here we go. Look, this is normally what happens.
Yep.
Rock and roll, kids.
Live television. Luckily the car is strewn with Pokemon cards. Here, we'll flip around here. Boop. We got the fire department here. It's not my fault. I didn't do it.
My coffee's been laced.
Yeah, no. Come on, man. Be cool. Come on, man.
Lace my coffee.
Be cool. Don't narc me out like that. I was just trying to get you to have a good time in New York. I didn't know you were going to freak out. I also wasn't really sure what the pill was. I have an assorted bottle of pills I found on this guy who had passed out. He may have been dead.
Sure glad this is in the front seat.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Oh, we got a thumbs up. All right.
One thumbs up.
Nice.
Hi.
This is my Kathy is one of my college roommates from when I was 19.
Hi, Kathy.
And she lives in Wauwatosa or somewhere in Wisconsin. She's from Wauwatosa.
I thought that was a weird dance.
The Wauwatosa? You thinking of the Watusi?
Yeah, it's an
African themed
bat
dance, the bat tusi.
Yeah,
of course.
You can pull it off.
It's impressive. The kids even today, kids love it. Oh, and here's my friend Dinah is watching now. She's lived in Seattle. She's a glutton for punishment.
Yeah. Hi.
Good morning, Dinah.
Jason Stage.
This is my friend Jason.
We met playing video games.
That's correct.
Condensed version.
Dinah is a former improv coach of mine and a fantastic improviser, although now she does not perform, but she's an artist.
Awesome.
Good morning to you, every single person who watches. Oh, I was going to show you this. So this is.
So Dinah, I'm Jason. I'm in the band Threefold Face.
2002.
Scottsdale.
Is that really when we met? No.
Threefold Face.
That seems too early.
So
anyway, I was going to show you the. This is. I make drawings for people who donate to my Patreon page for my podcast, and so I wanted to share them. This is going to be backwards for you.
The lights are going.
I know it's quite rock and roll. So these are drawings made based from my podcast, and I send them. There's only one woman who pays me $15 a month for the podcast, which is a lot of money, and she's been doing it for a while, and I super appreciate it. But she gets drawings like this.
Maybe we'll send her.
This is the drawing of a from the last episode of a guy giving his girlfriend a butt plug to replace the one that he gave her before because he's giving her an ever increasingly large butt plug, and then he requires her to wear it 24 hours a day.
So tell me about the process of So this is the stuff that made it, right? So what about?
It's really
is there a lot of horrific B-roll?
Oh no! When I read, it's everything that gets recorded gets on the podcast. Unless a lot of times I'll be reading something and be like, "This is not where I thought it was going."
The best part is that. Can I see that? Oh, there you go. You put a bow on it.
There's a bow. Well, it's a gift.
Sure.
If you're gonna give a butt plug, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Put a red ribbon on it.
You gotta put it like a Lexus,
and it's also kind of like
style
a safety thing too, in case you slip.
Well, that's the base.
Sure that's
the base of the butt plug is made so you can't lose the grip on it. So it's not like a flashlight or a carrot or something like that that you can easily lose a handle on. People scientifically designed these things.
I see.
It's
all the reason more why you avoid.
So then this one is a picture of a woman saying, "Just a few more days of wearing this underwear, and this crust will be ready for eating. Now that is a
Amazing.
reference to an episode, the Skin Pick episode, where a woman describes eating her own underwear crust
Wow.
because she eats all her own mucus.
Wow.
It's nauseating. I agree. This one is from the Sissy Kiss episode. Now, Sissy Kiss is a subvariant of adult baby.
And truth be told, I actually did listen to the entire Sissy Kiss episode.
Oh, it's a good one.
Starting hitting play in Quartzsite, Arizona, which is a funky old mining town, and through Blythe and basically the wasteland of the Mojave up till Palm Springs. It's fantastic. That you kept me company.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice to know people listen.
I'll record an album in Los Angeles.
Dinah is saying the best bit
John
of Lou
Hathaway.
Reed's is when Lou gags mid-read when he's surprised, disgusted at what is in the text. This is true. People love to hear my displeasure more than they love to hear what I'm reading. But so this is the Sissy Kiss episode. This is Sissy Kiss again, adult baby variant, where the men just want to be baby girls.
Wow.
And then the website is a lot of girls kind of cosplaying as babies, but that's more of like a fetishist thing instead of like the fetish of wanting to be a baby girl yourself.
I see.
And talking in baby language. But this one is a reference to the man wondering how he can use a sex toy when he travels, and people recommend the acrylic cock cage.
No.
So it's a a lot of being an adult baby is being punished for
I think acrylic cock cage is definitely my side project.
acrylic cock cage is
It's gonna be like
a musical side project.
Musical side project.
It's a great name, you have to admit.
Yeah.
And then this is the last one. This one was actually inspired by Learboy, our video game playing friend, who's a pilot.
Huh.
And I was reading stories from Reddit of
Worst pilots.
no, just the airline
Oh,
stories. And he told the story of a woman who had her dog and had been over medicating it and took it out of the cage.
Right.
And
I
she
remember
was
this
like-
story.
The dog was like super
Oh.
freaking out. And
Oh.
the stewardess told the lady, like, look, just put it back in the cage. It's not like it's going to die. And 15 minutes later, it was dead.
So the only thing that I ask now is no, that's mine now.
I have to give it to that lady.
This is going to be up on the Threefold Fate. Well, at least we'll photocopy it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll scan it for you.
Yeah, we need to scan that.
Yeah. And she's saying, my dog baby is dead.
Poor lady.
She looks crazy.
And are those your illustrations?
Yes, I
wanted to give
I do them
a proper
all.
shout out to the
Yes.
artist.
They do look like a child made them, but I made them. It looks like the fire emergency is over. That truck came
was
all
the
over
cavalry.
Fort Greene.
Wow, Fort Greene Cavalry.
Yeah, the fire house down here, all the firehouses down here lost people during 9/11, so they all have murals of 9/11
Yeah, we
and all
went
the
there
names.
yesterday.
I regret, although
Tastefully done, I have to say.
the memorial.
As far as memorials go,
Yeah.
I'm not a expert in memorials, but I definitely say no. In all somber seriousness, it was very, very cool
When
to
I
see
worked
how well it's done.
at Columbia, one of the guys who came and taught there, he was a graduate of the school of architecture at Columbia, and him and his partner had like randomly entered to do the memorial for whichever it was the not the Challenger disaster, which is not Teachers in Space, but the one where the re-entry went wrong.
You remember those Teachers in Space?
The Feeders album.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes, the Feeders album. Yes. I don't think that my children would like to do the drawings. That's what Dinah's suggesting. I let my children do the drawings. They're like, so, tell my 8-year-old, so what a cock cage is whatever. Or just let him imagine what it is.
Right.
A rooster.
You have to
Don't
keep your
bring a
rooster somewhere.
But so anyway, these guys, they won the right to make this memorial for the astronauts that died on the re-entry accident that happened over this place in Texas. And so they made this memorial that on that day every year the sun hits the memorial in a way that lights up all the names inside the memorial of the pilots all the astronauts that died. And then they won again the one to do the memorial at the Pentagon.
Wow.
For the inside job that happened there.
That's quite an honor.
And so it was very interesting. Like they made a documentary of how everything had to be made in America, all the steel, and they had to like go to this forge and make these crazy benches that are like also a fountain and all these trees, and they explain the whole thing.
Wow.
So it's very interesting. There's actually, and once you get into that memorial making circuit, that's kind of like your gig.
I was just gonna say, once you're in, right?
Yeah, you gotta. Oh, bye, Ace. so it's fun. Oh, there he goes, Ace, back there, getting into his the Uber that he takes to school every day because that's how I live. That's me just throwing away my retirement.
Oh, it's like some cool kung fu, butterfly ends or.
I was really just I was shooting off those ends,
I see.
I see. I'm making it rain, but for the Uber driver who takes my kid to school.
Throw that.
It's a lot of money. Oh well. Anyway, so you're leaving tomorrow.
I am.
Back to
Arizona. Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say. It was the first time we met. You've come here twice. You came here twice before, and we had fantastic dinners with other people from the casino industry that told crazy stories of all kinds of
just said
adventures.
You could jump in.
It was great. It was really fun. Now, you've seen someone get shot in front of a casino, or did you come out after it had been shot? I think it's not South America, maybe.
I was in Peru, and there was a shooting in progress.
Oh wow!
In the streets of Lima,
okay.
And I walked out, and it was one of those. It didn't look real because it was like the guy with the pistol, with the little, he had like the cord on the pistol, and the very proper policeman hat.
Oh, like an actual policeman's thing.
Like, where you've seen that? Where
yes,
like,
I have seen that. I know what you're talking
thing,
about.
It was kind of a British thing or that. Anyway, he's shooting down the street, and there's another guy shooting the other direction, which is our direction. So I hit the ground, and I'm under a car in this Peruvian casino parking lot, and the guy continues to shoot down the street. I don't know whether they got the bad guy or not. Then finally, we get in the car, and the two Peruvian guys that we're with are like, ha ha ha,
Peru!
It was
just another day in Peru.
Just another day. Crazy Americans, you dive when you hear gunshots,
Yeah, that's
crazy.
crazy.
The military didn't get involved.
Maybe.
And there was like other police with machine guns that were down the street, that it wasn't a big enough altercation to like pull out the machine gun, thank goodness.
So
at least they had like good weapons training. I got to give them credit. But there was just the dude with the little cord pistol thing. He's the only guy who fired shots, but the machine gunners stayed on point.
Well, sure, you don't want to spray the crowd unless you know exactly who you're shooting at. Right? That's good discipline.
I will still to this day dive to the ground and hear a gunshot.
That's a good instinct. I applaud you on that one.
Truthfully, and in all seriousness, my mom was shot.
What? To death?
No, in a holdup. No, my mom survived.
Was she?
But I was there.
Was she resisting?
I was there.
You were there when she was shot?
Yes.
Well, this is you're bearing the lead on this story. That's cool.
When was this? I have like many gunshot stories of. I actually have a few actually, but this one.
Okay, yeah.
On my mom on my brother's 10th birthday. My mom worked as a manager at Safeway, a grocery store.
Sure.
And she was she settled the prices. So whenever it'd go in the middle of the night, change the prices.
Ah, okay.
And so manager did not have like the key to the safe and all that. So we went with my girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
And,
so you were I don't know the age difference between you and your brother.
17 years, 14 years.
Okay, so you were a teen.
Yeah, so I was I was an adult.
You were an adult, so there's a 14-year difference.
Yes.
That's quite a difference.
Yeah, so he was 10 and I was 24.
Okay.
When this happened. And anyway, my girlfriend at the time was with us, and my mom had said, hey, I got to go back to my store to pick up some papers.
Mm-hmm.
We said, well, we'll go with you. You don't have to go alone, right? And my girlfriend at the time had to go get feminine hygiene products.
Okay, sure.
So it's part of the story. So anyway, I'm going with my
armpit soap.
Yes. So I'm going with my girlfriend to the feminine hygiene products
Store or
aisle.
in Safeway?
In the aisle.
After
right?
hours?
So I'm in the aisle. No, it's
Was it 24 hour?
24
okay.
hour.
I just want to make sure that you guys weren't like stealing.
So I'm
'cause the
there,
store's
and
closed.
it's like the elevator when you're a man. You're like, floor, shoes. You're
Sure.
not.
Yeah.
What not that interesting.
Sure.
And I hear my mom call my name, and then I hear her yell my name, which I thought, I'm not paying attention. She wanted to introduce me to someone. So I turn around and walk back, and there's a man with a ski mask and a gun.
Well,
And
a
so
classic
the man with the
robber man.
Classic robber man. So all I remember is gun, and the barrel of the gun. And so the guy went like this to me. So I took a couple of steps back, and unfortunately, I saw him chase after my mom. So
did
I
she
had
run?
Yeah, she went in the back, and he
okay.
grabbed her, and so I had to grab my girlfriend, which I walked back to where she was, grabbed her by the arm, and so there's a robbery, and of course she thinks I'm a wise guy, and like,
Right,
he's trying to be a jerk, and no,
Ladies, trust a man.
right? So anyway, we went in the back, told the butcher there's a robbery.
Oh,
and,
right, because it was 24 hour.
And
right.
yeah, and then so then I had this instinct, like I'm going to, help my mom, and so I ran back, and as I was running back, I heard a gunshot, and the guy came running out with the smoking gun. So I have like the
right,
slow-mo of that. He kind of lifted the gun and then just started booking it. And so I went in, and there was my mom, and I knew that she was shot.
Right.
And she had blood coming out of her mouth, which sucked.
Where was she shot?
So the bullet went under her left breast.
Jeez.
And luckily, to the grace of God and everything, missed. But it hit her lung, nicked her liver, and then went out.
This is a graphic story, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize.
But anyway, yeah. Then, so I had to give my mom first aid. So one of the crazy stories was I told the clerk, this poor kid was like 17 years old, go get some bandage, and
right, yeah.
So the guy came back, and he must have just like grabbed the entire, just emptied a cart, and came back, with a white face. So anyway,
right.
Got my mom to the hospital, and there's more to that story.
I hope that kid was charged for all the. You're like, that's coming out of your paycheck. I have no idea.
Maybe this poor kid got, promoted. Hopefully from that.
That's crazy.
If you're out there, thank you, kid.
Big ups.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That kid became sheriff up high.
Now the story. But yeah, no, true story, man.
That's wild.
Yeah. Had a.
Only on alternate side talking do you get the real deal.
I used to broker used slot machines.
Did you?
Antiques.
Oh, I was going to ask you, did you ever hear the story about the guy who was working on slot machines and then made the replacement chip?
Oh, yeah.
And then he knew exactly where to stand to block the cameras and insert the chip in less than 20 seconds to game the jackpot.
Yeah.
And then
there's a lot in our business, and unfortunately, they all get caught, or a lot of them get killed. And so my famous one with that is Turkey no longer has gambling, but for a while there was a lot of Turkish casinos, and it was a pretty good market. But I met a man, he was a three-fingered man, and his whole thing is he tried to cheat video poker, and he did, and he had made a code into the video pokers in Turkey, and they caught him, and they cut off his finger, and that was his whole. He was now in security, and he was with the casino, and that was part of the whole deal. We could kill you, you lose your finger, but now you're part of our security team. So if you're going to steal, you're going to let us.
It seems like a fair exchange.
Yeah. So.
I wonder
what was going on.
But that's crazy. That seems like. So I mean, you had for the short-term con, right? You rob the casino with a little bit of money, but then you make a friend,
right,
and get a job. I was gonna say this didn't happen to me, but I like telling a story. I worked with this woman who was in catering. She does catering all over the place, and one of the things she does catering for is for certain basketball players for the NBA All-Star game.
Right.
And her story from Vegas was they had the All-Star game in Vegas, I don't know, a while back, and it's notorious among the hotels there, and the people who, if you mention NBA All-Star game, there's like, ugh, the worst. And what happened was she set up a big party for like Michael Jordan or whatever, and the problem was that it was so close to LA that all the LA players' entourages came, and all the entourages' hangers-on came. So the area completely sold out, and the people who couldn't get in just would go into parking lots at hotels and then just party in the parking lots.
Oh, awesome.
And so that, like, at the MGM, she saw a person get shot in front of the MGM Grand.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it was just, like, all LA gangbangers coming to, like, party with their, like, millionaire basketball friends.
Wow.
And she said, like, there were people, like, in the parking garage at the MGM, there were people, like, fucking partying, like the doors open, boom, you know, cars blaring. She's like, there were a lot of babies made that weekend. Like, where'd you meet my father? Like, I was crunked out in the MGM parking lot after I stabbed a dude. There were a lot of people getting stabbed. It was sounds like a party,
I guess.
But she had actually been. Do you remember Freaknik? That's a huge black fraternity party that used to happen in Atlanta.
Oh, here, I thought that was a gamer tag.
No.
Like, oh, no, I don't
it does.
Freaknik
would be a good gamer tag. But she used to host parties at that, where she'd be like on the roof and just see, like,
wow.
You know, I'm sure it was a lot of fun, but the videos of it seemed like it was a sexual assault machine.
That's crazy.
But they don't do it anymore.
So let me flip the script here. Tell me, how did the whole Lou Reed's internet start?
So very briefly, the origin of Lou Reed's. We're running out of time, but we'll give you this one on the house. So Lou Reed's, I decided that people always compliment me on my voice because it's so fantastically deep. That I wanted to do voiceovers, and I wanted to teach myself how to use the audio editing software. And this website, Something Awful, had this thing called the Weekend Web, where this guy Schmorky would do like flash animations of people reading forums, and I was like, that's really cool. And there was a thread on Something Awful where people were reading Craigslist postings.
I see.
And I was like, I can do this. Like, I had gotten this microphone, and I was like looking for the right thing that, it's one thing to want to do something, but a lot of times you have to have a project to work on before you actually can do it. So and certainly that is true for me. So I recorded this guy saying he wanted someone to piss in his wife's shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, that is such a weird, transgressive thing to want to do to your wife's shoes.
So when did this start? How many episodes are we?
This is
here?
number 6. I've been moving the car since Jody. So Jody, my wife, got the car like a long time ago. This is our second car because she was working in Queens, and before that we had gotten rid of our car that we'd moved here with because we weren't using it on the Upper West Side. And on the Upper West Side, you have to move it twice a week and in the middle of the day for no reason.
Right.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing a talk show in the car for quite a while, and then I have an issue with like asking people to do stuff. So I'd be like, I don't want to put anybody out. Then I decided, why not put people out? I have to be put out by this goddamn city, slaves of New York. But it's lovely that people are willing to come and sit and have a chat.
It's been interesting, man.
It has.
It's definitely been unique.
It has been. It's a lot of fun to have people. It's more fun to sit and have a chat in the car, other than sitting and listening to NPR and like.
I thought we were gonna have to
asleep.
get out of the car, and we were driving around, and then you have to go back to your spot, but you don't even leave.
Nope. This is the ridiculousness of this system is that you sit in the car, and you just have to sit until this imaginary time limit for when the 15 minutes seems to be the agreed upon imaginary number that you can leave your car before the allotted time. I have seen people get tickets up to 5 minutes before the time limit. It's completely random. I should get the mayor to sit in the car with me. That'd be pretty fun.
You should. You figure out who set up this system.
I did research on it.
Maybe do they realize how much? How much resource is being wasted? People running their engines, there's
especially
in
the
be
winter
an angle to get this outrageous I'm gonna become an activist. I think now for all you.
It'd be great if
alternate
if
side parkers
from
I'm
Scottsdale. If you could really,
at least write a song.
if you could,
There's a song in there somewhere.
if we could set up the headquarters for this anti-alternate side parking in Scottsdale, I think the Scottsdale Community Board would really like it. It's going to bring business to Scottsdale, but also do good here in New York City.
Well, we do have good parking in Scottsdale.
I believe it.
So there's some.
I believe there's probably a lot of it.
Shout out to the hometown.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
For coming to sit with me in the car while I avoid getting a ticket.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here in New York City. It was lovely meeting your family yesterday. Lovely family. Wonderful time.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
And I hope you have safe travel back. Thanks,
man. Yeah, Threefold Fate. Please find us. Buy our new album. We have one album up on iTunes now that was independently produced. So, and we're on a couple movie soundtracks here and there.
You have another album coming out that's being produced by
John Avila in Los Angeles. First time we worked with a real producer. It features Todd Wolfe on drums, Mr. John, or as they know, Doc Frazier. Okay. We call him Doc. He is our...
Is he an actual doctor?
He is. He's a doctorate in art, really. He's an amazing artist.
Oh, okay. So
and plays bass. But yeah, so we're totally psyched. This takes our music to a whole another level.
Fantastic.
In fact, I'll
Take it to the
let
next
you
level.
use some to, maybe we'll let you use some as your alternate side.
Sure.
Some riffage.
One of these days I'll figure out how to actually have an actual production.
We'll score this one and overdub our entire voices with the music, and it'll be better.
Fantastic. I love it. Thank you so much. The official handshake.
Thanks.
Cheers to you.
Cheers
have a great day, everybody.
Cheers, Scottsdale. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, all the Star Stakes sector. I didn't forget.
Oh, we almost forgot the sector.
Yeah.
This is a strange one.
Yeah. He could,
Sure. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
See you on the ring. The Halo ring, that is.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.